We've all heard of some of the largest shipwrecks in history, such as the Titanic, a colossal tragedy that's still glued to our memories and TV screens. But today, we're diving beneath the waves, not to the icy depths of the North Atlantic, but to the equally exciting and tragic story of another unfortunate vessel. It's the 17th century, and Sweden, a kingdom at the height of its power and ambition, wants to build the most magnificent ship in history, the Vasa. A vessel fit for a king, designed to dominate the Baltic Sea and strike fear into the hearts of Sweden's enemies. But the story of the Vasa is not one of victory. It's a tale of ambition, hubris, and ultimately tragedy. Welcome to the story of the ill-fated Vasa ship. To understand the Vasa, we must first journey back in time. It was the 17th century, and Sweden, under the rule of King Gustavus II Adolphus, was expanding its empire. Back then, when wigs and flamboyant fashion were all the rage, Sweden had larger ambitions. In the late 1620s, King Gustavus Adolphus decided to build the Vasa, a ship that would showcase the might and grandeur of Sweden. It was a time when the Swedish Empire was rising, and the Vasa was to be its flagship, a symbol of power and prestige. The construction of the Vasa was nothing short of spectacular, a testament to the nation's ambition. The construction of the Vasa was a colossal undertaking. Designed by the brilliant Dutch Henrik Hubertson, this ship was a true giant of its era. With a length of over 60 meters and a height of almost 50 meters from keel to the top of its masts, the Vasa was meant to be the most powerful warship Sweden had ever built. The ship was adorned with intricate carvings and sculptures, which showcased Sweden's cultural and artistic prowess. The carvings told stories of heroic deeds, mythical creatures, and powerful kings. A floating work of art, the ship was a testament to the grandeur of the Swedish Empire. It was the summer of 1628, and the ship was set to embark on its maiden voyage in the waters near Stockholm. The excitement was indescribable as the ship's cannons were fired in salute. The ship, with its towering masts and fluttering flags, set sail. But as the ship moved further away from the harbor, disaster struck. A gust of wind caught its towering sails, and the ship began to lean drastically, too far for comfort. Within moments, it capsized, and the ship that was meant to be Sweden's pride sank tragically before the eyes of its people. The sinking of the Vasa was a tragedy of epic proportions. In the chaos that followed the ship's capsize, crew members and passengers scrambled for their lives. Many were trapped below decks as the ship quickly sank beneath the waves. The cold waters of the Baltic claimed the lives of dozens, whether or not people could swim in those days. This tragedy was a stark contrast to the celebration that was meant to take place. The sudden disaster left many in shock and disbelief. How could a ship so grand, so meticulously crafted, meet such a tragic end on its first voyage? The Vasa's sinking was a result of multiple factors, most notably its top-heavy design. The ship was overloaded with cannons, and its center of gravity was too high. When combined with a sudden gust of wind, it was a recipe for disaster. In the aftermath of the disaster, investigations were launched to determine who was to blame. In a twist of fate, the original designer Henrik Hubertson had fallen ill and died just under a year before the ship's completion, both fortunate and unfortunate, depending on how you see it. The public outcry of this disaster was significant, and questions were thrown around regarding the ambitious design choices that had ultimately led to the ship's tragic end. Over 3 centuries passed, and the Vasa ship remained hidden beneath the cold Baltic Sea. It wasn't until the 20th century that a monumental effort was undertaken to raise the ship from the seabed. Through careful planning and engineering, the ship was finally brought to the surface. It was a momentous occasion that captured the world's attention. The process of raising the Vasa was an engineering masterwork in itself. Enormous efforts were made to ensure the ship's preservation. It was a delicate and painstaking operation that spanned several years. The story of the Vasa is more than just a tragic sinking. It's a story of resilience and redemption. Today, the Vasa Museum in Stockholm stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the determination to learn from the past. The artifacts within its walls offer a window into the life and times of 17th century Sweden. Visitors to the Vasa Museum can witness the ship's grandeur and learn about the mistakes that led to its downfall. It serves as a reminder that even the most magnificent creations can crumble. Unless it's in Egypt, of course. The Vasa ship remains a powerful symbol of the past, a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition. It's a story of a grand vision that ended in catastrophe, a ship that never fulfilled its destiny.